Hey guys, so I can't believe that it's already time for June favorites. Where the heck did this month go? Um, yeah, it went by really fast. I hope the summer doesn't go by this fast because I live in New England where the weather is many times not so nice, and I wait all year for this. And so yeah, let's slow it down a little bit. Okay, I'm going to show you my favorites. In the order that I would apply them to my face. So I repurchased something that I had before. It is one of the only primers that I've ever gone through completely. I repurchased the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. If you've never tried this, it is definitely worth the hype. It now comes in 2 shades, I think. I think it's 2. It could be 3 though. But anyway, this one is in sheer, and I just love this primer. It's hydrating, and the foundation goes over it so nicely. It's just really wonderful. There's a reason why people talk about this so much. Now, another thing that I repurchased that I've been loving is the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation, except this time I bought it in a different shade because now, you know, it's summer and I'm outside more, so I went up a shade, and this is in the shade beige. Now, just to look at it, it looks like it wouldn't match me. If you were just looking at it, you would think, ooh, that's way too yellow for you. That wouldn't work. Hello, this is what I'm wearing, and it actually matches me perfectly. You know, picking out foundations is so difficult, isn't it? Because, I mean, look at that. Who would ever think that that would be a good match for me? But it's a perfect match. It actually matches me better than the shade that I used to buy in this, which was called Natural. Pretty sure that was the name of the shade. I forget now. It's been a while. Yeah, I don't know. What happened was I saw this on somebody else that has a very similar skin color to mine, and I was like, because they started off the video and they were talking about which one they had bought, and I'm thinking to myself, that's not going to match them. And then they put it on and I was like, oh my god, if it matches them, that means it's going to match me too. One of the best things you can do for watching YouTube videos is find someone with the exact same skin color, eye color, everything as you, and then when things look good on them, you'll know that they look good on you. So there's enough YouTubers out there that we could all probably find multiple people to match us. So anyway, yeah, I never would have thought this was a match for me, but it is. It's perfect, actually. Now, when summer's over, I don't know. This might end up being too dark for me when summer is over, but we'll see. But for now, I mean, summer is just starting, so yeah. So the e.l.f. primer and the e.l.f. foundation, both repurchases, but I always loved that flawless finish formula. So it was just a matter of getting the right shade. This was very much an impulse buy. I was at, oh, where was I? Dollar General? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was at Dollar General, and they have LA Colors there. And I saw this, and it's a bronzer highlighter palette, and it's called Shape It Up, Sculpt, and Contour. And it doesn't seem to have a... Yeah, there aren't different colors of this. It's just this one palette is supposed to be universal. So what made me want to buy this was this shade right here. This is one of those cool tone contour shades that are very rare, that you hardly ever see. And my creamy contour stick from AOA Studio is starting to get down there, and it's starting to get older. And I know it's just a matter of time. And I haven't, for whatever reason, I haven't placed another Shop Miss A order yet. And I thought, well, you know, maybe I should try a powder. Now, powder, I think, is a little bit more difficult to use, but the color is just so perfect, and it is. I have that as my contour today, and I did try this highlighter the other day, but it's like very matte, flat. I'm not into matte highlight shades. It's like, what's the point? It's not really going to highlight anything. All it's going to do is lighten that area. But to me, I want my highlight to have shimmer or, you know, something. Let's see if I can, like, see how that just like glows right there from the highlight. I didn't use this. But I do love this for the contour. And this was so inexpensive that it was worth it to buy the whole palette just to get that one shade, because this was, off the top of my head, I don't remember now how much it was, but it was very inexpensive. But I got that at Dollar General. Now, speaking of highlights, I have gone back to using my pigments from Just Pigments, and the one that I'm wearing today as a highlight is called Golden Blue. It's number CP98214, and this is what it looks like. And I love these pigments. You can use them as highlighters, eyeshadows. They're just a lot of fun to play with, and I had kind of been focusing on the skin tone pink that I was using as a blush, which is gorgeous, but I have others and I didn't want to just use that all the time. So I've been grabbing these other ones that I use as highlighters and remembering just how beautiful they are. Another favorite has got to be the e.l.f. Putty Eye Primer. This is so great. It's a dupe. I think it's a dupe for MAC paint pots. The texture to me is very similar at a fraction of the cost, and they come in a bunch of different shades, so no matter what color your skin is, you will find something that works for you. I have it in the shade Rose, and I just love the way eyeshadows go on over this, so that is definitely a favorite. And another favorite of mine, I had kind of forgotten about how smooth and creamy these are. This is the LA Girl Shockwave Neon Eyeliner in the shade Fresh. Yes, Fresh. This is what I have on my lash line right now. And these come in a ton of different colors, but they're so smooth, so creamy. And especially when I do a very neutral eye like I did today, it's fun to put a pop of color along the lower lash line, and it can make the look, you know, a little more interesting instead of just being very neutral. And yeah, these are so creamy and very inexpensive. So LA Girl, you can find that at a lot of places now. I'm starting to see this brand pop up in a lot of stores now. So this isn't just at one store anymore. They're all over the place. Another thing that I've been loving are the Maybelline Color Strike Cream to Powder eyeshadows. I don't have one on today, but I've been using these like crazy. And I did do a separate video on these. I may have even done 2 videos on them. Yeah, I think I did. So you can watch one of those videos for more information, but these are really great as colored bases. I don't use them as a standalone product, but as a colored base, they can really make your look pop and enhance it in a big way. Okay, mascara. This, I cannot imagine not using this combo. This is going to be my combo, I think, until they stop making these products someday. This is the Milani The Violet One Lash Primer. It's a violet colored lash primer. And I did a separate video on this if you want more information about that. And the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect. If this isn't the best mascara in the world, I don't know what is. And the thing that's amazing is that these are drugstore products, so they're not going to break the bank. But these two together, look at my eyelashes. The proof is in the pudding, as they say. Yeah, these two products brought my eyelashes back to life because they were starting to look pretty sad there for a while. But now they actually, you know, you can see them when you look at my eyes now. And such a great combo if you have the Essence mascara, because I know a lot of people do use that. Pick up the primer, the Milani primer, and thank me later. Okay, speaking of eyeshadows, I have been buying a lot of Jeffree Star eyeshadow palettes lately, and I know a lot of people don't like him, but I love his makeup, and his eyeshadow palettes are amazing. The color stories, the formulas, the ease of use. Nobody ever talks about that, how easy his eyeshadows are to use. You don't have to fuss with them. They just work so beautifully. I don't feel as if swatches do them justice. When I did a video about this palette, I didn't do swatches because when I did the swatches, I felt like it was a misrepresentation of the product. And so I didn't include that in the video because I just couldn't get the swatches to perform the way the eyeshadows do on my eyes. I've had that problem before with eyeshadows where you do swatches and the swatches just don't come out nice. And but then you go to use the eyeshadows and it's like, oh my god, I love these. So it's one of those situations. I don't know if that's because when people do swatches, they usually do it on bare skin. And when you do an eyeshadow look, you do it over primer. I had said at one time that I was going to do all my swatches over primer because of that. But a lot of people don't like that, so I don't know. I feel like I'll just let someone else do the swatches and I'll just leave that out. But yeah, I had bought this and I had bought the Conspiracy palette, and before that I had bought the Bloodlust palette, and I've just been really loving his eyeshadows lately. Just top-notch, fantastic formula and color selection. And then I don't have one on today, but the Maybelline Lifter glosses. Oh my god, you guys, I'm not even a lip gloss person, but these are making me a lip gloss person. I have them in 6 shades. I did 2 videos about them. I mean, when I do 2 videos about something, you know I really, really like that product. But yeah, I did 2 videos about these, and I have nothing but good things to say about them, except the color selection is skewered, limited. There's how many? Let's see now, 6. I think there's 10 or 12 shades of these. But when you look at the shades, they all sort of look the same, except for there's a couple that are really dark and a couple that are really light. But all the ones in between almost look like they're the same color, unless you really, really scrutinize them and look at them carefully. Yeah, almost everything seems like it has gold shimmer running through it or gold glitter, and the colors themselves are very warm. So my only criticism is I would love to have seen something cool tone in the line, because I do like to occasionally wear cool tones. I have a cool toned colored lipstick on right now because I knew that it would tie in good with the mint green shirt, the mint green eyeliner, because I wanted to do a gray eyeshadow look, and I've always liked the way gray and mint green look together, but if I'm going to do mint green and gray, then I'm not going to do a warm lipstick because of the mint green. So anyway, yeah, Maybelline, could you please drop a couple of shades of cool tones in this lip gloss line because I love the formula. And then for something non-beauty related, I just finished this yesterday. It is volume 1 of the Monstrous graphic novel series by Marjorie Liu. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's L-I-U. Is that correct? Liu, Marjorie Liu. And the illustrator is Sana Takeda. But this is riveting. I had a tough time putting this down. The story is focused around this character, and it's really cool. I don't really want to tell you about it because when I read graphic novels, I like to be surprised. When I read anything, I like to be surprised. Oh, and there's a cat character in here too. And there's also a fox hybrid character in here. So it's a really interesting series, and I definitely need to pick up volume 2 so I can see what happens next. But there were elements of this story that took me back to things that I read many, many years ago. There's a race of beings, we'll say, in here that are, if any of you have ever read, actually I had to shut the camera off because my mind went blank. If any of you have ever read H.P. Lovecraft, there's an H.P. Lovecraft connection to me. I mean, it isn't supposed to be, but there is a race of beings in here that remind me so much of something from one of his stories. And I'm not going to tell you what it is because if you want to read this, I want you to be surprised. But yeah, this is really great. I need to find out if I can get volume 2 at my local comic book store. There's a store near me that sells comic books and graphic novels, and so I need to find out if he's got volume 2. All right, so I think that's it, you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you the next time. Bye.